What an absolutely insane day. Team of the Year dropped, then the market crashed, and it recovered within 2 hours. The game completely broke on the menus and gameplay, etc. And if somehow you didn't end up making coins yesterday, I'm going to show you the cards we're buying throughout this week and exactly how you can make coins going forward. Welcome to possibly the greatest episode of the year of Trading to Glory. I'm wearing blue and we had 200 packs saved. Now we're down to like 154, but we've still got tons more. 100K pack to start off today. That is not what I am looking for in a 100K pack. Illstet. Yikes. But even if we're not making coins off packs, we are making coins, moving Team of the Year icons and Team of the Year cards this week. Xavi was our first flip, and while he's gone up much more, we made about 80K right there. Then Caroline Graham Hansen we got for 5.4 mil, sold for 6.7 mil, made about 950,000 coins. And Lionel Messi we got for 7.1 million, sold for 8.4, making nearly another million coins, totaling our profits on the day at about 2 million coins. And if you guys missed out on a couple of these buys, of course, I post them on Twitter, but you also need to check out PEPI'S live trading service because he has been calling shots like crazy this week, and they seem to hit every single time. Take a look at this one. Starting us off is Diaby's card here, just super quick, meta, pacey winger. Everybody loves pace. He called him at 102,000. He went up to 130 by yesterday, but that's actually not the stopping point. He has continued to rise, and of course, all metas are probably going to continue to rise as this week goes on. So if you've made meta investments and they haven't gone up a ton yet, they are going to continue rising. So stay patient with those cards and stay patient even with Diaby. He's probably going to go even higher than what he is right now. He called him at 102, and the best part about it is that it does send those notifications straight to your phone. And let's take a look at a couple more of these cards that he's called out in the past couple days. Of course, he called the Fire and Ice for Diaby. He also called Lawrence, who went up about 10,000 coins by the time he sent me this screenshot. But with the release of that Sam Kerr, you can actually see that Lawrence has continued to go up in price. We'll take a look at her card on Futbin now. She is now up to 110,000 coins, doubling in price, over doubling in price. And that was just 5 days ago when he sent that notification out. And there are countless examples of this at all different budgets. You can see that even for cards that are some non-rare cards like Giroud, at less than 1,000, he tripled in price. Here's another example from 6 days ago. He called at 14th of January at 118K. Well, he spiked up quite a bit. And the best part right now, guys, is that you can get involved in this trading service for €5 right now. I don't know how long this is going to last. He told me that it would last until the end of Team of the Year, but you probably want to use it during Team of the Year because you can make more coins right now than any other time during the cycle of Ultimate Team. So getting involved right now for €5. If you don't like it, you can quit after Team of the Year's over. You probably will like it because you're going to make bank during this week, but €5, it's like £4, like not even $6. So it's worth a try if you want to give that a shot. And we're going to use a couple more of his methods during today's episode. But before we move on to that, let's take a look at some of the prices of Team of the Year cards, guys. Now, if you haven't been on the market in the last 24 hours, these cards, when they were released, they spiked in price after a few hours, which we were expecting, and that's why we picked up the Caroline Graham Hansen and the Lionel Messi that we bought for 7.1 million coins and then sold for 8.4 million coins. Yeah, I sold maybe a little bit early, but that's besides the fact. These cards spiked up a ton. Now, let's talk about, is that going to happen again today, and when should you buy? In my opinion, I think we buy these cards before content today. Everybody's going to expect these cards to drop like they did yesterday at content with the entire market, but that was because of the saved packs, and that's just not going to happen the same way today. Yeah, we might get an SBC, we might have some more store packs, but it's not going to have the same kind of impact. I think these cards actually skyrocket back up in price into the night, so if you want to make another flip, wait until a little bit of panic before content release, 4 or 5 p.m. UK time, buy then, and then sell overnight. You're going to make some coins. Don't expect the kind of profits we made on Friday night, but definitely an opportunity to make some more coins on cards like Messi, Haaland, or even the Team of the Year icons. Now, when are these cards going to drop in price? Probably Sunday night. And we have kind of a cheat sheet. We can look at Erling Haaland from last year. So let's take a look at Erling Haaland's card that was a Team of the Year in FIFA 23. And a lot of cards are going to follow this exact same trend. So you can kind of put this across the board for all Team of the Year icons and Team of the Years. Now, Haaland is one of the cards that didn't really rise a ton out of packs, and even though he didn't rise a ton out of packs, he still held his value all the way until April. So these are pretty safe to buy, but you don't want to buy now because look what happens on Monday. You see a big drop in price between Sunday and Monday between that time because the midfielders release, and the idea is people will buy expecting them to go up a ton out of packs because they're out of packs between Sunday and Thursday, but it just doesn't happen. And so they start panic selling these cards, and that's when you can actually buy. So Monday is probably the buy point. And if you take a look at some of the Team of the Year icons from last year, it looks the exact same. And David Beckham is one of the cards that rose the best out of packs. So I decided to give you guys two different examples, but look, it does the same thing. It rises Saturday. So we're looking at a bit higher prices on Saturday for some of these Team of the Year icons. So Ribery is a very similar price to what Beckham was last year. So you could probably flip a Ribery on Saturday night for some profit. He's a card that I'm going to be looking at, but on Sunday, I'm probably selling before we even get to Sunday because look what happens on Monday. He does drop back down. Maybe not as sharp as Haaland, but across the board, you see a drop on Monday as these cards go out of packs. Yes, he does recover over time, but you don't want to be buying on Sunday and then having to wait all this time for him to go up. You want to be buying on Monday. That is the buy point for these cards. This one was kind of obvious. You didn't necessarily need a Telegram notification telling you to buy fodder. 85 rated for 3K is too low, and so I went out and got as many as I could for 3,000 coins. As you can see right here, we've got dozens of them for 3,000 coins. And so I picked up all of these cards. They're already up to 4,000 coins, and I think they could go a little bit higher. Of course, I could sell to lazy buyers as well. We'll take a quick 40, 50K. That'll probably be about 100K by the time I sell. And I've just put them on my transfer target so that they're not annoying me on my transfer list or unassigned so that I can't go out and open any of my packs. And we'll get into a couple more packs during this episode, but we've got to talk about SBCs first. I've started George Best. I've got a couple squads done, including the 89 rated squad. So there is no going back now. I must complete George Best. And if you guys have been following me for a year now, last Team of the Year, I tried to craft Kylian Mbappe. I got all the way done with him except for one squad, and then he expired. So I've got a little bit of PTSD around this time of the year because of big SBCs, but I have 60 days to complete this. So if I don't complete this SBC, that is 100% on me, especially after what happened last time. But of course, we also got a Bruno Fernandes SBC. It's not bad. 4-star, 4-star, but it is expensive. 700,000 coins to get this SBC, and I don't think it's a card that's really going to get through the test of time. I think George Best is a card that I'll use at least until Team of the Season, whereas Bruno Fernandes could be cycled out here in the next couple of weeks. I don't think it's worth that many coins. It's a good card. I definitely think it would fit in my starting 11, but I just am not willing to pay that much fodder for it. But let's take a look at some of the other cards that are going to be coming out, like Kante. This is going to be an SBC, and of course, we're going to look at some of the links. The link to Kante, though, I mean, it is kind of obvious, right, guys? Benzema, of course, is the best link to N'Golo Kante. His card is French. It's also going to be in the Saudi League, and it's also going to be in the same club. So that hyperlink itself, I think, for me, it's pretty obvious. This Karim Benzema card could see a nice rise with the release of that Kante SBC, assuming that Kante is a good card and it's affordable and people are willing to craft towards it. But we've also got one other SBC coming out, which is going to be an Alphonso Davies SBC. Alphonso Davies is getting a flashback Team of the Year card. We know that that card is going to be absolutely cracked, and not a lot of people are running Bundesliga teams, which means that anybody who is running Bundesliga teams is going to have to buy cards to link to it. And so Bayern Munich links are the main way to go. This Davies card, of course, is going to link to other Canadian cards like that Ashley Lawrence that we talked about, the card that Pepe shouted out a couple days ago. But other links like Coman and Upamecano, I invested in Upamecano already as one of my meta investments. This Davies SBC could only help him go up even more. But I'm also looking at Coman and Mazraoui. You've got both Comans, and then even possibly Harry Kane. That's not the right one, though. Harry Kane's Trailblazer, the red one, the one that's actually on the market. And he's kind of been rising over time anyway. I think this card could go up a little bit higher with the release of this Alphonso Davies SBC. But for me, my favorite investments here are Upamecano and Coman. Upamecano's already gone up a bit. So has Coman. I think Coman probably has the best chance of going up a little bit more. 220,000 coins is what he's at right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a Coman on the market for less than 220. We already saw that, according to Footbin, there are a few of them at 220,000 coins. I'm just going to buy every single one of them that's 220K or lower. Let's see how many there are. Only two. We'll buy two then. We'll buy two Kingsley Comans. Pretty simple. I'm pretty happy with that investment. I know that he was cheaper a few days ago when he was exiting packs, but we knew that all metas were going to go up today. And to get in right now before that SBC, knowing that he's going to keep going up because he's meta and a good card, but also having that extra reason to go up with that Alphonso Davies link. It just makes sense to me to go in on cards like that. And it's not limited to just Kingsley Coman or Upamecano. That's the kind of way you can think for any of these SBC investments if we get more leaks during Team of the Year. Of course, we've got a Team of the Year icon, Sawa, on the way. It's going to be a pretty desirable Team of the Year icon. And speaking of Bruno Fernandes, he has entered our pack. Not quite as a 93 rated card, but as a tradable 88, we will take some free coins right there. Along with two shadow cards, maybe our pack luck is starting to wake up, boys. Boys, I want to save most of my big packs for the full release of Team of the Year, but getting two shadow cards in the exact same pack has to be a message from somewhere. The pack gods are speaking to me right now, and I just have a feeling there might just be a Team of the Year behind this pack. And if there's not, still got time. Hungary, goalkeeper. That's Gulachi. That's not exactly what we're looking for, but hey, a blue is on its way. All right, I promise you we're packing one before the end of Team of the Year, and hopefully it won't be a goalkeeper. We've got a few more things to cover, like investments from the last episode. Locatelli, 105K, is now nearly extinct at 170,000 coins, which is his cap. He's got a few cards listed right now, but just 2 pages. He's up to about 160,000 coins right now if I sold overnight. I'm going to wait a little longer, see if he actually does get up towards that 170. De Jong right now, we invested in at 100K. He's about 105,000 coins. So small rise on him, not a lot of progress yet, but over time, he should slowly continue to go up like we expect. And for cards like Alex Balde, who we suggested, but I don't have any of him, he's probably going to slowly continue to rise as well. He's up 9,000 coins from the last episode. Cards like Hernandez we got for 400. He's only up about 15K right now, so not even covering tax, but we're not worried about it. And then, of course, Upamecano we got for 385,000 coins, now going for about 450. And once that Alphonso Davies comes out, we're looking pretty good. And of course, we just bought those Coman cards. So we're looking pretty good right now. There's one other thing that I wanted to introduce to you guys, just in case you missed it. There's a new exchanges tab on the SBC section. I don't think it's worth doing this at all. You should probably craft some of the players or other upgrades that are in the SBC section rather than submitting them into the exchanges. If you have some low-rated fodder, do the 83 plus times 10, the 84 plus times 5. If you have some high-rated fodder, do the Bruno Fernandes SBC, Kai Havertz. Kylian Mbappe is actually still out. He's got another day. I'm probably not going to do him. But, of course, we've also got our George Best SBC. Sawa is on the way. Davies, Kante. There's a lot of options. It just doesn't seem worth it to submit those cards in here. But it is kind of cool because I have been in that scenario where it's like I don't have a player SBC I want to do, but I have a duplicate 87. I have no idea what I want to do with it. And what happens is I end up just discarding it and then getting it out of the quick sell recovery later. This kind of offers a little bit of a different a different thing that you can do with those cards. But 19 players pack, it seems good until you realize only 6 of them are rare. You kind of do the math. It doesn't really add up to being a great pack, but all in all, it is not the worst idea EA have ever had. I kind of respect it. I don't think it's good value, but I do like the idea quite a bit, guys. But that's it for today's episode. If you made it to the very end of the episode, go ahead and comment blue down below, because that's going to give us that pack luck to actually pack a blue. Thank you to today's sponsor, which is Pepi Trading. Make sure to get involved with the link down below, and I will see you guys again in tomorrow's episode. Peace out.